Good morning, mathematicians. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of different learning targets. We're going to be learning about area and perimeter. By the end of the lesson today, you should be able to tell the difference between area and perimeter and calculate area and perimeter of various shapes. Let's get started by watching a short video to help us learn the difference between the two.
Perimeter means the outside. Measure around a window or a door. Add up the length of all sides. It's the outside. Maybe I'll build a fence. Maybe I'll take a walk around the block. I need to find the distance around the outside. That's good. Perimeter's the outside. You just add it. It's all around the outside. It's good. Perimeter's the outside. Area means the inside. Cover the surface that's inside. Measure the length and measure the width, and then you multiply. Well, maybe I'll buy a new shed carpet, or maybe I'll make a quilt using squares. I'll just make sure I multiply the length by the width, 9 square units inside. It's the area. That's good. The area's the inside. Multiply. The area's the inside. It's good. Square units on the inside. Perimeter's the outside. Just add. It's all around the outside. It's good. The area's the inside. Multiply. Square units on the inside.
We just got done listening to a fun video about area and perimeter. The first thing they talked about in the video was perimeter, which is the distance around the outside of the shape. And we can find perimeter by adding all of the sides. Here are some examples of perimeter. Who can tell me what are some ways or what are some reasons we might measure perimeter in the real world? The video did give us a couple of examples, but we might have some other ones. You might measure perimeter when you're looking to build something like a fence, or maybe when you're looking at your layout of your house and wanting to know the perimeter of a room and where to place things. The next thing the video showed was area, which is the measure of space inside a shape, and that is measured in square units. And again, here are some examples of area. Who can tell me some real-world reasons why we would measure the area of something? One reason we would use area is to measure how much carpet you might need in a room or other types of flooring. So as we said before, perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape, and we can measure it by adding up all the sides. In this first example, you can see the squares, and we counted out that one side is 7 squares, another side is 4, another side is 7, and another side is 4. So then to figure out the perimeter, all you need to add up is those 4 sides. 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4 equals a total of 22 units. This next shape is kind of odd, but it gives us the amount of inches that each side is. So we have 1 inch, another inch, 2 inches, 4 inches, and 3 inches. And again, all we have to do to figure out the perimeter is add up the sides. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2. So our perimeter is a total of 12 inches. Let's look at a couple of examples on the bottom. This first shape shows us that we have a side that's 6 and a side that's 2. So we know that the opposite sides are 6 and 2, even though it doesn't give us that information. So we can simply add up the sides. Perimeter equals 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2. And that equals 8 plus 6 is 14 plus 2 is 16 centimeters. We could double check that by counting each side, and I could do that with little marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This next shape is a little bit trickier to find the perimeter for. We can see that there are some sides missing, but we can still figure it out. Turn and talk with your math partner about how you might find out the lengths of the missing sides. We know that this whole side here is 5 inches. So this piece plus this piece must equal 5 inches, which would leave our question mark to be 5 minus 2 equals 3 inches. And over here, we know that this side must be equal to this side plus this side, which is 2 inches plus 1 inch, so this side must be 3 inches as well. Now we can figure out the perimeter by adding up all the sides. So we have 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2. Put your thumb up when you know the perimeter of this shape. If you said the perimeter was 16 inches, making sure that you also had your units in there, you are correct. In the video, we also learned that area is the measure of the space inside a shape. And we know that every time we have our labels of units, we need to do that in square units. Although the video did tell us you can just multiply to find the area, we're going to start out a little simpler. The first way that you can find the area is by counting squares. So I could do that with my first example here by simply marking a dot in each of the squares. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And as I just did that, I noticed a mistake in the work on the side, because the answer is 28 square units. So I need to write 28, and you may see it as units squared like this, and again 28. You could see it possibly written as units squared with the words, and again 28, and you might see it with square units. We need to use square units because we're not just looking at the sides, we're looking at the entire space covered by a certain number of squares. Let's take a look at our example here. We can see that we've got some full squares and some triangles that were cut off. I would start this one by counting the full squares. And to do that, the easiest way is probably to just make a dot in each one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. I'm just going to write that down on the side so I don't forget. So far I have 37. And now I need to count my triangles, which are each a half. So I might make a little mark. I have 1/2 here. Whoops. 1/2. I have another half. And then another half and another half. Another half. Another half. And then 2 more halves. And we know that 2 halves equals a whole. So I have 4 more that I have to add on. So I have 37 plus 4 equals 41 units squared. Today we've got a couple of things that we're combining. For activity A, up by perimeter, our perimeter review activity today is going to be the sheet, front and back. Then you will move on down to activity A over here. We didn't need to do the mental math today. You will need to complete Math Journal page 227 with some problems for area. And we will actually be doing math boxes 8.2 and 8.3. You may then skip fraction top it for the day and move on to either blend space. So you could look up at the perimeter practice if you feel like you need more perimeter practice. Activity B is blend space practice C. Activity C is blend space practice E. And if you think you need more area practice, activity B is blend space practice D. And activity C is blend space practice F. Make it a great day.